C'est la vie. Big Bang Theory. 3 words which on their own don't mean a whole lot, but you stick them all together and they conjure up a meaning so much bigger than all the words individually. And in the gaming world, is there a bigger 3-worded juggernaut than Super Shrek Slam? Yes, it's Grand Theft Auto, isn't it? And this year marks the 10th anniversary of what I think is the most interesting instalment of that franchise with Grand Theft Auto 4. Oh, wait a minute. 10 years.
Nico! My cousin! I can't believe it, you're here! Welcome to America!
Bravo, Barazzaru!
Yep, that's right. 10 years. A whole decade.
Welcome to America. Stop shooting people, you maniac!
So you in, big guy? Or we're gonna have to kill you.
Well, since you put it that way, I'm in.
You know, I remember when this first came out, right, and all the big boys were giving it 10 out of 10, telling me it was going to be the best game I've ever played, ever. There'll never be a game better than this. And you know what happened when it came out? This happened. Because all that hype, my own expectation, it was insurmountable. I was promised the time of my life every second I was playing this game. That is what I was promised. It was supposed to be like a never-ending episode of Supermarket Sweep. God rest your soul, Dale. Oh, that was too soon. And so, you know what happened? I just lost interest. Yeah, a month or so after the game came out, took it out of the Xbox, put it back in the drawer. That was it. Never to be played. But why was that? Well, the game that came before this had skydiving, drug dealing, getting haircuts and tattoos, and modifying cars to look like something your drug dealing cousin would drive. And then all of that was ripped out in this one. And I remember being like, what is this shit? This is a step backwards. But that's because people like me were missing something. Back in 2008, Leslie Benzies, the former president of Rockstar North, described their mantra for this game as being detail. Keep it tight and keep it focused. We want players to look closely at every single part of the world. The city isn't as large as San Andreas, but it is much deeper. You'll find much more to do, you just have to look right next to you, rather than off into the distance. And it was a year or so later that I came back to this game. When all that hype had died down and I had no expectations and I met it man to man, man to game, and I found it. I found that experience Big Leslie was talking about. I found that detailed, intimate game that developed something that not a lot of games of that time developed, and that was story and character. And with that development came Niko Bellic, without a doubt my favourite Grand Theft Auto protagonist, in a series well known for its memorable characters, but for me, Niko's just the one that feels that bit more human.
War is where the young and stupid are tricked by the old and bitter into killing each other. I was very young and very angry. Maybe that is no excuse. Roman? Roman! Are you sleeping, you fat fuck? Come on!
But conscious or not, here was Rockstar back in 2008 when immigration was as touchy a subject as it always fucking is, saying to people, yeah, do you know how we're making the biggest entertainment product of all time? Well, yeah, you're going to play an immigrant, innit? Yeah, the main character's going to be an immigrant, and you're going to understand what it's like to be an immigrant, and you're going to realise that people are immigrants too. Immigrants are people too. Fuck that up. Which, I think looking back, was a really heartfelt thing for Rockstar to do. In a game all about stealing cars and shooting people. Shut up, it still works. Fuck off. Okay, so I love Niko, but why is this my favourite Grand Theft Auto game? Well, yeah, I was thinking about that, and I realised that it all came back to what Leslie said. Detail. All about detail. It's those missions that balance set pieces like bank robberies, kidnappings and internet dating with more open-ended affairs that remind us exactly why we fell in love with Grand Theft Auto in the first place. It's that city, that holds a funhouse mirror up to New York to create the twisted beauty of Liberty City.
Yeah, the Heartstopper. 7 patties, 6 pounds of meat and cheese.
All next week, it's patriotism at its finest as Weasel revisits history with the non-stop terror marathon.
Exponentially filling it with scandal and crass and just madness to make us feel as much of a stranger as Nico.
Are you a sex offender? Find out tonight.
And this game is just filled with detail after detail after detail that really just makes the whole world feel alive. And all of that adds up to just prove the extraordinary care and ambition that must have been poured into this game in a way, I think, that kind of makes it defy its age. The devil is in the details, and 10 years on, Grand Theft Auto 4 is just as much fun to play now as it was the day it came out. So maybe you're like me. Yeah, maybe all the hype and craze of 2008 turned you against this game, but maybe, like me, you should give this game another try. Because you know what? This time, you might just find the game hidden under all that noise. Konnichiwa. Alright, kid. It's raining, isn't it? Let's get inside.